Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. So in this video we are going to understand how to add students to ThriveCart Learn Plus from Elementor form submission. So are you also using these applications for your business? Then this video is definitely for you. So over here I'm doing the same. I'm running a edutech company and I'm selling online courses on my ThriveCart account. And now I wish to share these courses with a wider audience and create an email list of the potential customers. So to do this, I've created a free course on my ThriveCart account, and for the enrollment of that course I've created an Elementor form and I've attached that form on my website. So now I wish that as soon as a new form is submitted in my Elementor, automatically the details of that lead should be added to my Google Sheets, and with the help of same details a new student should be created in my ThriveCart account too. So to do all of this we are going to create a connection between Elementor, Google Sheets and then ThriveCart. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So I'm going to do all of this because I want to convert my leads into customers. So if you also wish to learn this process step by step, then let me take you to my computer screen.
Welcome to my screen. So as you know, in this video we are going to learn how to add students to ThriveCart Learn Plus from Elementor form submission. So as you know that I'm running a edutech company and I'm selling online courses with the help of my ThriveCart Learn account, and I want to share these knowledgeable courses with a wider audience and build an email list for potential customers who are interested in learning more about the same course. So to reach these potential customers, I've created a free introduction module on ThriveCart Learn, and I have designed an Elementor form on my website where users can sign up for this free module. And now I wish that as soon as someone signs up for this free module, I want to automatically enroll them into free ThriveCart Learn module so that I can capture their contact information and nurture them with targeted email marketing campaigns about our paid services and other offerings. This allows me to convert these leads into a paying customer down the road. So to do this, I've already opened the landing page of Pabbly simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. And over here you can see that I've created this course for the free module. And also I wish to add the details of the customer in this spreadsheet so that I can use this in future. So to do all of this, I've opened the landing page of Pabbly simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy. So as soon as we'll open the landing page of Pabbly, we are going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on sign up for free and you are going to get 100 of tasks free every month. But I'm an existing user, so I'm going to click on sign in right over here. And now it is opening all Pabbly apps. Over here you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm going to click on access now right over here. And now it is opening my dashboard, and to start with the automation we are going to click on this button which says create workflow, and now it is asking me the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So I want to save the workflow in this folder which says automations, and I want to name my workflow as add students to ThriveCart Learn Plus from Elementor form submission, and then we are going to click on create. And now it is opening the most important window of our automation, that is our workflow window. This is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the trigger is the commander for the workflow and actions follow the commands. And as you know that we can have only a single commander but multiple followers. So over here we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger. So now I'm going to select my trigger application which is Elementor because I want that as soon as a new form is submitted in my Elementor, automatically my workflow should be triggered. So I'm going to search for Elementor and then we are going to select it. And now for the triggered event, we are going to select it as new form submission. And now it is giving me a webhook URL. So we are going to use this webhook URL in order to create a connection between our Elementor account and our Pabbly's workflow. So first I'm going to copy this URL and then I'm going to open my Elementor. And over here you can see that this is the form I have created with the help of my Elementor. And now I wish to create this automation for this form only, which is enroll free for Java learning. So to do this, over here you can see that I'm going to select the elements and then we are going to go on actions after submit. Over here you can see the same, and as you can see that I've already added two actions which is collect, submission and email. So I'm going to add another action which is webhook right over here because I want to add the webhook URL. So I'm going to add it, and yes, you can see that as soon as I added webhook right over here, automatically webhook appeared over here too. So I'm going to open this and now it is asking me for the webhook URL. So we are going to paste the URL we copied from our workflow, and yes, after pasting this URL we are going to click on update. And yes, you can see that we have successfully updated this. So this means that we have successfully created a connection between our Elementor and our Pabbly's workflow. But now it is saying waiting for a webhook response, and in the notes it is saying do a test submission/record. So to do this, I'm going to open the form I have updated just now. So over here you can see that this is my form, and now we are going to fill in the dummy details right over here. So for the first name, I'm going to keep it as demo, last name as user, email as demoUser@pabblytunes.com. For the mobile number, I'm going to keep it as this only. And now after entering all the details, I'm going to click on send. And yes, you can see your submission was successful. So this means that we have successfully submitted this form, and now these submission details has been sent to my workflow. So I'm going to open my workflow, and yes, over here you can see we are going to scroll, and yes, you can see that we have successfully received the details of our submission. Over here you can see the first name, over here you can see the last name, the mobile number, and over here you can see the page URL by which we have received this submission. You can also see the email that we entered. So yes, with this our trigger step is successful, and now we are moving on to our action step. So first, for our action application, we are going to select Google Sheets, because I want to add these details in my Google Sheets first so that I have the record of all the new leads received. So I'm going to search for Google Sheets, and then we are going to select it. And now for the action event, we are going to select it as add new row, and then we are going to click on connect. And as you can see that it is asking me to add a new connection or select the existing connection. So if you haven't connected your Google Sheets account before with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on add a new connection. But if you have, you can also click on select existing connection and then save. So I'm going to click on add a new connection and then sign in with Google. And over here you can see that it is asking me for some permissions. So I'm going to click on allow and give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for, because my data is secure with Pabbly. You can also click on allow because Pabbly is safe, and as soon as we are going to click on allow, you can see that we have successfully connected our Google Sheets account with our Pabbly's workflow. And over here you can see connected. So now we are going to select the spreadsheet. So as you know, the name of my spreadsheet is potential customers. So I'm going to select the same as the spreadsheet. Over here you can see potential customers. So I'm going to select it. And now over here you can see that it has automatically selected the sheet because I had only a single sheet in my spreadsheet. So if you have multiple sheets in your spreadsheet, you are going to get the option to select one. And now it is asking me for the details that I have entered in my spreadsheet already. Over here you can see the same. So I'm going to map these details right over here. So mapping is a method by Pabbly, which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step, where we selected Elementor as our trigger application. So we are going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. And as soon as we are going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new form submission made in my Elementor account. So I'm going to give you an example that over here in front of name, if I'm going to enter demo user manually, so this will not change with every new form submission because this is a static information and I've entered it manually. But if I'm going to map it from the previous response, it will definitely change because my previous response will also change. So that's why we do mapping right over here to make our workflow ready to run in real time too. So I'm going to search for name, and as you can see the first name and last name. So first I'm going to map the first name, put a space, and then we are going to map the last name. We are going to do same for the email also. I'm going to search for it, and as you can see the same, so I'm going to map it. We are going to do same for the phone number. I'm going to search for number right over here, and as you can see it, so we are going to map it. And now after mapping all of this, we are going to click on save and send test request. And yes, you can see that we have received the positive response that we have successfully added these details in our spreadsheet. So I'm going to open my Google Sheets. And yes, you can see that we have added these details right over here too. Over here you can see the name, the email, and the phone number. So yes, with this action step is successful. And now we are going to add another action step. So over here I added Google Sheets because I wanted to maintain the record of the new leads also. If you don't wish to add this, you can definitely skip this step. So now I'm going to add another action step, which is ThriveCart Learn, because I want to enroll the leads into my course on ThriveCart Learn, which is a free course. So I'm going to search for ThriveCart Learn Plus, and then we are going to select it. And now for the action event, we are going to select it as create new student, and then we are going to click on connect. And as you can see, again it is asking me for the same. So if you have already connected your ThriveCart Learn account, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection, and now it is asking me for the token. And over here we are going to read the help desk, and it is saying enter the API key here. You can get the API key from ThriveCart account from the API and webhook section available under the settings section. So you can follow the help desk to get the API and webhook section. But if you directly want to open this section, I'm going to click on this hyperlink provided by Pabbly. So I'm going to click on this, and yes, you can see that it is opening my API key section. So I'm going to click on view settings right over here, and over here you can see that the API key that I've created. So I'm going to create a new API key. So I'm going to click on create API key, and now it is asking me for the name of my key. So I'm going to keep it as new students, and then we are going to click on create API key. And yes, you can see over here is API key. So I'm going to copy this key, and then we are going to paste this same key over here in our workflow too. And after pasting this key, we are going to click on save. And yes, you can see that we have successfully connected our ThriveCart Learn Plus account also with our Pabbly's workflow. So this was a very easy connection because I've already logged in my ThriveCart Learn Plus account before starting with the automation. So it is always advised to log in your applications before starting with the automation. It makes the procedure easy. And now it is asking me for the email address. So again, we are going to map this email address. So I'm going to search for it, and as you can see the same, so we are going to map it. And now it is asking me for the course ID. And over here in the help desk, it is saying enter the course ID example this. You can get your course ID by editing your course from the URL. Over here you can see the URL too. So I'm going to open my ThriveCart account, and over here you can see that we are going to go on Learn Plus. And yes, over here you can see the 2 courses that I'm offering, and over here you can see the free course that I wish to create this automation for. So I'm going to click on edit over here in this course, and over here you can see the URL that we wished for. So we are going back to our workflow, and over here you can see that this is the course ID in the end of the URL after edit. So I'm going back to my ThriveCart, and over here you can see that this is my course ID. So I'm going to copy this ID right from here, and then we are going to paste this ID in our workflow. And now it is asking me for the name. So I'm going to map the name. So I'm going to search for name, and as you can see demo user, so we are going to map it again. And now it is asking me for other details. So as you can see that these details are not the required details, so I'm going to ignore these. And now it is asking me for the email notifications. So I'm going to keep it as yes because I want to send the email notifications to my students. And over here, if you wish, you can definitely fill these details out. And now after filling all the required details, I'm going to click on save and send test request. And yes, you can see that we have received the positive response that we have successfully enrolled the student demo user with this email to our free course. So I'm going to open my ThriveCart account and check that if we have enrolled this student in our free course or not. So I'm going to open my ThriveCart account, and over here we are going to go on my students. And over here in front of courses, I'm going to select my course, which is Java course for beginners. And yes, you can see over here my student demo user @pabblytudes.com has been enrolled to this course. So I'm going to click on view profile, and over here you can see that this user has been enrolled to my course Java course for beginners. So yes, with this our workflow is successful, and I'll also show you the email that my student has received automatically as soon as I enrolled them in my course. So I'm going to open the Gmail, and yes, over here you can see the mail that my student has received. Over here you can see that they can sign up with this button, which is sign in to your account and access the course whenever they want. So yes, with this my workflow is successful, but I'll just test this workflow once, and this time I'm going to give you a real-time example. So to do this, I'm going to open my form again. So I'm going to open it. And over here you can see that it is asking me for the details again. So I'm going to refresh this page, and then we are going to fill in these details again so that we can test this workflow. So for the first name, I'm going to keep it as test, last name as user, email as testuser2@pabblytudes.com, and over here you can see the mobile number. So I'm going to enter all of these details, and then we are going to click on send. And yes, you can see your submission was successful. So this means that the Elementor has sent the details of our submission to our workflow. Pabbly captured the response, triggered the workflow, further added the record of the details in our Google Sheets, and then created a new student in our ThriveCart Learn with the same email address. So I'm going to open my Google Sheets first and check that if the details have been added there or not. And this time we are not going back to our workflow and clicking on save and send test request. I'll directly open my Google Sheet. And yes, over here you can see name test user, email testuser2@pabblytudes.com, and the phone number that we entered has been added over here too. So yes, this means that our action step of Google Sheet is successful. So now we are going to open our ThriveCart and check that if a new student has been created there or not. So I'm going to open my ThriveCart, and then we are going to refresh this My Students page. And yes, you can see a new student has been added. Over here you can see the name testuser2@pabblytudes.com for this Java course for beginners. So yes, with this our workflow is successful. I'll also show you the mail that the student has received. Over here you can see the mail, hi test user, you can access to these codes. Over here you can see the codes, and then as soon as my user is going to click on sign into your account, they can access this free course. So yes, with this our workflow is successful, and I'll just summarize the workflow for you once. For a trigger application, we selected Elementor. For the trigger event, we selected new form submission. For the action application, we selected Google Sheets, and then for the action event, we selected add new row. Again, for the action application, I selected ThriveCart Learn Plus, and then for the action event, I selected create new student because I wanted that as soon as a new form is submitted in my Elementor account, I have attached this same form in my website. So I wish that as soon as this form is submitted, automatically the details of that submission should be recorded in my Google Sheets. And then with the help of same email address that we received from the submission, a new ThriveCart student should be created in my free course. So I did all of this because I wanted to automatically enroll my leads received through Elementor to my free course on ThriveCart Learn so that I can capture their contact information and nurture them with targeted email marketing campaigns about our paid services and other offerings in future. So I did this because this can allow me to convert my lead into paying customers in future. And yes, I was successful with my workflow. Over here you can see the 2 students I enrolled during this video in this course, which is a free course, Java for beginners. So where you can see test user and demo user. And over here also you can see the details I added in the spreadsheet of the 2 form submission with the help of my workflow. So yes, if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone the workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can access my workflow. Thank you for watching.
Not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly, you can integrate many more applications. So now, if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.